Okay, so let's just cut to the chase. I've been tagged by Ashton Gents Scents. This time it's 4 fragrances for life, 1 for each season, designer edition. What's up, fam? It's Cam and welcome back to CFR. You would think that as many times as I've been tagged that there's like knowledge that has leaked out that I was an employee for the WWE. I actually was for one night. I did have to sign a contract with the WWE. I didn't get paid, but I did win a contest. I had to do an impersonation. They were doing it on a radio station. They had, I think it was either Raw is War or SmackDown that came here to the Crown Coliseum in Fayetteville. But beforehand there was a lot of hoopla, and on the radio station they had this contest where you had to be like the 9th caller, and then they would play The Rock or Hulk Hogan or whoever they played for you, you had to do your version of them. So at that time my best impersonation just happened to be of The Rock. So I was the 9th caller, they played The Rock, I did my impersonation. I won the contest. I actually beat out like 37 people, I think it was, if I'm not mistaken, and it was by a landslide. But what was crazy about that is I went out with, I don't know if you guys remember the Byrd, Christian, Edge, and Gangrel. Gangrel was the one that was like drinking the blood and all that stuff. They were like vampires. And I actually called the match for Dan the Beast Severin and Ken Shamrock, but I got to sit ringside for 3 more matches, ring the bell, you know. And anyway, as I was coming down behind the Brood, you know, they were announcing them, and I had to stop to the side. And then when I went ahead and came all the way down to the ring, they announced the guest ring announcer, and boy did they boo. It was like the whole entire arena was booing me. So I debuted as a heel. So that was back when Degeneration X was really big. Triple H, Road Dogg, those guys, I don't know if you remember them. That's been a minute. But anyway, so to see if I could turn the booing around, I actually climbed up on the 2nd turnbuckle and did the whole suck it thing. The whole reason for the wrestling story is because I keep getting tagged, so I guess I'll make a good tag team partner. So today's tag, as I said, is from Ashton Gents Scents. 4 fragrances for life, 1 fragrance for each season, designers. So the designers that I started off with, I had to like kind of switch up a little bit. The first one that came to mind was actually Y Live. Y Live is, you know, it's like a compliment magnet. It is perfect for like spring because, you know, it's got a little bit of cool weather, got a little bit of warm weather. This one is a little bit loud. I actually called it like the king of clubbing because it does have like that little bubblegum vibe going on, but it's not as like cloying as say like Invictus or something like that. So it does have the Y DNA, but this one has orange blossom. It also has a nice pop of ginger. It's got the juniper berries just like the rest of the line, and it also has some cedar if I'm not mistaken. But the one I decided to really go with that I knew that probably would not get on my nerves after wearing it for a full season would be one that Ashton actually introduced me to when we were in Asheville back in the winter, Wood and Wood from Issey Miyake. I was actually really surprised at how good this is and would be absolutely perfect for spring. Now, don't be misled by like the presentation, everything, you know, looks of wood. You got your wood cap, Wood and Wood. You would think it would be like a super woody fragrance. It's not. It's actually a very bright fragrance that has some nice wood backbone behind it. This one has grapefruit in the opening. It also has some elemi. It has some ambroxan, so you're going to get fantastic performance with it. And then it's got a really sweet, but not overly cloyingly sweet note of apricot, which is, I think, like dates and apricots. I love that type of note in a fragrance, so this one really speaks to me. And then you've got your cedarwood and sandalwood in the base. Extremely versatile. I don't think that I would get tired of wearing this, and every time I've worn it, I've got compliments if I was in public. But I mean, that's a pretty good dent for the amount of fragrances that I have. That just shows you that I really enjoy wearing this one. If you haven't checked this one out, I would highly recommend it. And of course, a lot of people have shat on Y Live, but if you haven't tried that one, I thought that would be a good alternative, but I think I would prefer this one. So going into summer, wow, okay. Some of my summer fragrances you know, it's just like, I wear crazy stuff during the summer. So I was like, okay, we get a lot of humidity here, and that's primarily what we get. Like once it gets 100 degrees here, it's just gonna be hot, sticky, and humid until like late October, early November. So you would actually think that I would have a lot more freshies in my collection than I do, and I'm actually working on bulking them up. So at first I thought I might want to go with another new release and another one from Y. This one is Y.O. Fresh. Now, if you guys have not tried this, I think this is like an excellent summer fragrance. So this one has some lemon, some geranium, and cedar in it, and of course it's got those juniper berries just like the rest, but everything's dialed way back to give this like an extremely fresh approach. I don't think that I would really get tired of wearing this one. This one's really, I mean, this out of the lot, as far as like easy to wear during the summer, it would probably like Y.E.D.T. or Y.O. Fresh, but the one that I think would resonate with my personality the most would be Chanel Allure Edition Blanc. Now this is the one that people say smells like lemon pledge. I don't get lemon pledge at all. And then you get the lemon meringue. Some people say that the lemon in this is like a real bright and citrusy lemon. To my nose, it's more of like a creamy lemon. But of course, you know, again, fragrance is very subjective. People, you know, take in things different ways. But this is a beautiful fragrance. Of course, you guys know that I love Allure, and Edition Blanc is one where I'd sneak in my Allure DNA, and then the lemon and the brightness of this, I would never get tired of wearing this. Nope. I gotta spray it on right now. Yeah, this is such a good fragrance. A lot of people kind of overlook this one out of the Allure line. If you haven't tried it, I would highly recommend it. So other than the lemon, you've got some bergamot, vetiver, vanilla, and sandalwood. The projection on this one isn't bad. I mean, like, think about like being at the beach. I know some of you guys always like assume that you're close to the beach. Some of you are like in the Midwest or in other countries, you know, wherever it may be. But just try to just stop and think of what it would be like by the beach, getting out of the shower. That's what I like to do, like in the mornings, go ahead and get a nice shower, ride down the strip to go get some breakfast, spray this on, and man, just like watch the hotties going by. You know, that's what this is for me anyway. And even like in the evenings, like after you've laid out by the pool, had your fun, gonna go out and have a nice meal or whatever, that cool air in the evenings, or even if it's warm air, you know, you roll your window down the car, turn the radio up, boom, that's it right there. Chanel Allure Edition Blanc. Okay, the next one was for fall. This was not really an easy task. I mean, I did mention something the other day about I probably could easily pick a certain fragrance, you know, as a full-time fall fragrance. But I was looking at another one, and it happened to be this little gem right here from Guerlain. This is Adiel EDP. So in this one, you're gonna get some nutty almond, some warm vanilla, some tangy bergamot, and that cherry note that people love. This is an absolute stunner. Compliments galore. A little while back I told you guys about a day at the mall when me and my son were there. He likes wearing this one too, but we were like in Hot Topic, I think, and there was people moving around and they were like, who is that? And they figured it out. And then we were in Bath and Body Works. It was the same thing. So I mean, we were just reeling them in. Fantastic fall fragrance. I don't think I'd get tired of wearing it, but as far as like how like my personality goes and the type of fragrances I like to wear in the fall, yeah, I would have to break out the Teddy Mugler Pure Havane. This one has that cherried honey tobacco note that has the vanilla and the cacao. One of the very best from the Amen line. Now there is a lot of the Amen line that would be absolutely perfect for fall, Pure Malt being one of them. I also like Pure Leather. I like the original Amen. Ultra Zest would probably be more suitable for summer if you got the dime to drop on that thing. Discontinued, and I sold mine like an idiot. I should have just hung on to it and then like sell it on eBay for $300 like everybody else is. But anyway, yeah, Pure Tonka, so many from that line that would be perfect for fall. But none as much as a tobacco honey fragrance for me. This is that one that I just would not get tired of. And for winter, now, this one was kind of a split-hair decision. Ashton actually inadvertently helped me make that decision because I didn't want to just like straight up pick the same thing that he did. But I actually was thinking about the other fragrance I'm going to show you anyway. But the one I'm talking about is the 2019 release, Pulse of the Night. Now, I did mention this one the other day. This is like one of the strongest fragrances from 2019 and one of the strongest fragrances from Issey Miyake. Yeah, it's got that niche quality about it. It's really dark. I would say that'd be perfect for like cold weather in the evenings. Now, just because it says Pulse of the Night, I would not just say that this is like an evening scent, more so towards the evenings, like if it was the fall, you know, or like early winter. But once it gets good and cold, day or night, extremely versatile, very, very good. People were comparing this one to Parfum de Marly Herod because of the vanilla, I guess. But if you spray them both side by side, you can see where that vanilla thing is iffy, kind of sort of the same. But this one's definitely doing its own thing. It's a lot cheaper. Be careful, guys. People are trying to get like $100 for this one. 50, 60 bucks is the most you need to pay. Just be patient. We got a heck of a long time before, well, several months anyway, or depending where you're at in the world. You know, some of you are experiencing winter now, but whatever the case may be, don't pay too much for this fragrance because it can be bought at 50 or 60 bucks US. Okay, last but not least, for my winter fragrance, my official winter fragrance is going to be By the Fireplace by Maison Margiela. And as I said before, yes, this is a designer fragrance. Some people consider Maison Margiela a niche line because it's not readily available at like your Macy's or whatever. But if you go to like Sephora, it's there right along with some of the other fragrances that I just showed you. Maison Margiela is a designer. It's more of a luxury designer. But the reasons for me loving this and completely going straight to winter with this one, first of all, By the Fireplace. You've got that chestnut note in here. It has that smokiness about it. It has a little bit of a balsamic vibe. You've got the vanilla in here. It also has some orange blossom. It's just a very well put together fragrance, and then you have the spice from the pink pepper in here. But for me, it also has those nostalgic points of me and my son taking a camping trip together. If you haven't heard that story, I actually did it on my full review of this, just an abbreviated story. My son and I were on a Cub Scouts trip. We went camping. It was freezing cold outside. We had us a big nice fire. I just happened to be wearing this, so you know, sitting, whether you're in the house by a fireplace or in a tent by a fire, making memories with your kid. Nostalgic fragrance and just the epitome of wintertime. I will be doing a follow-up with the niche edition, and I think I might even maybe try to tag some different people for that. I'm not exactly sure when I'll put that one together. I got a lot of other content that I'm working on currently, but I will get that one out for you relatively quickly. So now I need to tag some channels. Andrea from Curly Scents, I would love to see you pick 4 designers for life, 1 for each season, but I don't care if you do it with 4 of your perfumes or 4 men's fragrances, whichever way you want to go with that, I'd love to see it. Next one up is Kenny, the Fragrance Shark. Kenny, show me what you got, bruh. And another one, this is a new channel that you may not have heard of. He actually reached out to me a little while back and told me he was based out of Dubai. His name is Nixon, and he's from the channel Smelly Cat. Now let me tell you something about this, guys. This dude come out swinging. He's got really, really good content. I think he's maybe got 600 or 700 subs already. So yeah, be sure to check him out. And Nixon, you are tagged, my brother. And thank you for like reaching out to me the way that you did. Nixon told me that I played a influence in him starting his channel. That's not like, that's just like, man, that's awesome when you hear that and then you see somebody coming out swinging. So I am very proud to see this guy like really doing well with his channel. So Nixon at Smelly Cat, Kenny at the Fragrance Shark, and Andrea at Curly Scents. So I hope you guys are doing okay. I hope the quarantine will lift soon and we can kind of start getting back to some sort of normalcies. But until next time, we'll see you next time on Carolina Fragrance Reviews.